Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2026, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 and Viksit Bharat at 2047. As part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
पुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं पुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं पुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं पुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's celebrations and commemorations. Today is celebrated as Ram Navami or Sri Rama Jayanti or appearance of Lord Sri Rama that celebrates the birth of Ram, a revered deity in Hinduism, also known as the seventh incarnation or avatar of Sri Mahavishnu. He is often held as an emblem with Hinduism for an ideal, and not only just for Hinduism, for the entire humankind, for being an ideal human and ideal king through his righteousness, good conduct, and virtues. This festival falls on the ninth day of the bright half, Shukla Paksha of the lunar cycle, Chaitra Masa. It is in the month of March or April, the first month of Hindu calendar. It is part of the Chaitra Navaratri festival in spring season. So Ram Navami is celebrated across India and also across the world by diaspora with varying rituals and customs. These include devotional practices such as fasting, prayers, singing, bhajans, recitations from the Ramayana, temple visits, processions of Lord, and music or dramatic performances. Charitable events and community meals, food offerings are also organized. The festival is an occasion for reflecting on Rama's virtues. Rama was born to King Dasharatha and Queen Kausalya in the city of Ayodhya. King Dasharatha had three wives, Kausalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra, but remained sonless for many years. Desperate for an heir, Dashraddha organized a sacrifice to be conducted under the authority of the sage Rishyasringa, which concluded with a celestial figure that emerged from a fire with a pot of rice and milk. As instructed, the king divided the contents of the pot among his wives. As a result, Kaushalya gave birth to Rama on the ninth day of the bright half Shukla Paksha of the lunar cycle of Chaitra, that is March or April, as per Gregorian calendar, also known as Ramanavami. Furthermore, Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharata and Sumitra, both twins, Lakshmana and Shatrughna. Thus, with the birth of four sons, Dasharatha's desire was fulfilled. On April 17, 2024, the first Ram Navami after the consecration of Ayodhya's Ram temple was celebrated by thousands of devotees across India after the atrocities committed by the invaders with the invasion and destruction of temples, culture, languages across India nation. So the revival is essential to restore the glory and culture of India. On this occasion, Ram Temple witnessed a unique event as known as forehead of the Ram Lala Murti was anointed with a ray of sunlight known as Surya Tilak. Scores of devotees watched the live streaming of the event and also live across the globe. This festival, this occasion underscores the ideals of dharma, righteousness, devotion, and the pursuit of truth as exemplified by the Rama's life. Ramanavami inspires devotees and followers to reflect on the virtues of Lord Rama and encourages the practice of humility, compassion, and adherence to one's duties, serving as a reminder to lead a life guided by moral principles. The observance of Ram Navami through fasting, recitation of scriptures, and community celebrations is seen as an opportunity for spiritual renewal and the strengthening of ethical values within society. A public dramatic performance known as Ram Leela is annually hosted on the festivals of Ramanavami and Vijayadashmi. Ram Leela encapsulates the story of Rama through music, drama, dance, and performances and various other mediums. The enactments of Ram Leela are inspired by Tulsidas Ramcharitmanas. Especially in South India, Sri Ram Navami is celebrated grandly with pomp and fervor. In Bhadrachalam, where Sri Rama Kalyanam, Sri Sita Rama Kalyanam is performed today on the occasion of Sri Rama Navami, and on the next day, Sri Rama Pattabhishekam is also performed in a grand manner, which is known as South Ayodhya. Today is also commemorated as World Theatre Day on March 27th every year, which is celebrated and designated by the International Theatre Institute, in short known as ITI, since 1961. This day celebrates the essence, beauty, and importance of theatre arts, their significant role in entertainment, and the symbolic impact that theatre has on life. This day also serves to inform governments, politicians, institutions, and stakeholders around the world who has not yet realized the value of theatre to the people and its potential for economic growth. Since ancient Greece, theater has a popular form of art and entertainment, thrilling its audiences and leaving them in awe. Not only ideas, it entertain and educate, but theater also combines various art forms to give its live audience a real stage experience, which they can't find anywhere. World Theatre Day is celebrated annually on March 27, promoted by the ITI through its centers and supported by theatre communities all over the world. The day was initiated by ITI following President Arvind Kivimas June 1961 proposal of the Ninth World Congress of the ITI in Vienna on behalf of ITI's Finnish Center for a World Theatre Day to be instituted. The proposal was supported by the Scandinavian centers of the ITI and publicized with enthusiasm. The next year, on March 27, 1962, World Theatre Day was celebrated by ITI centers, ITI cooperating members, theatre professionals, and theatre organizations. Today, the day is celebrated in 90 plus ITA centers throughout the world with theatre universities, academies, schools, and theatres lovers around the globe joining in the day's observance. Different events are organized to mark World Theatre Day every year. A prominent feature of these annual events in the World Theatre Day International Message, presented by a famous art figure reflecting on the history of theatre and a culture of peace in today's world. The first World Theatre Day International Message was written by French poet and playwright Jean Cocteau in 1962. In 2021, the message of the World Theatre Day was authored by Helen Mirren, a multi-award winning British actress reputed for winning the Academy Award in 2007 for her performance in The Queen. Young or old, regardless of gender, theatre is for everyone to enjoy. World Theatre Day is a great opportunity to get your children into theatre. There are many shows for them to enjoy: The Lion King, The Tiger Who Came to Tea, the two-part Harry Potter, and The Cursed Child, among others. They definitely be thrilled, entertained, and educated. Widely accepted as the oldest theatre in the world, the Teatro Olimpico, Olympic Theatre in Vicenza, Italy, hosted its first performance in March 1585. In the West, seating just 8 people, the Kremlhof Theatre in Australia is the world's smallest regularly operating theatre, running since 1988 with an estimated gross of $6 billion. The Phantom of the Opera is the longest running Broadway show in history, having been performed in 15 languages to over 140 million people in 35 countries and 166 countries around the world. New York City is the first amongst the theatre crazy sites in the world, boasting 420 theaters, topping Paris, which has 353 theaters, Tokyo with 230, and London with 214 theaters. Up until 1660, when King Charles II ordered all female roles should be played by women, it was illegal for women to act in England earlier. So World Theatre Day provides us with an opportunity to celebrate the various forms of theatre and appreciate their significance in our society. Many of these forms of theatre have survived for centuries, while some have evolved into new ones over time, while some are more famous than others. All of these art forms are essential for education, entertainment, simulation, and relaxation. For the ITI and international theatre communities, World Theatre Day allows them to showcase many obscure potentials and prospects in the field. It's a day to celebrate creative minds in theatre and highlight their best efforts for the world to see. More importantly, it's a day to draw attention of the government officials, politicians, institutions, and opinion leaders to the value and importance of theatre in all forms and advocates support for it. Today is also commemorated as Ultra Music Festival on March 26th. On March 27th, 2026, this year, which is celebrated every last weekend in March annually. It began as little concert on the beach more than 2 decades ago and has grown into one of the world's largest music celebrations, attracting their most famous electric music artists worldwide to the shores of Biscayne Bay in Miami, Florida. Ultra Music Festival, which takes place in sparkling environment of downtown Miami, has evolved into a platform for DJs and producers where you are likely to hear new songs from big name singers perform live for the first time. Today is also commemorated as Scribble Day on March 27th annually, and it is all about celebrating the creativity and art associated with scribbling, which anyone can do regardless of their artistic abilities. So the last time you scribbled aimlessly to relieve boredom, you might have probably not known that there is actually a day to celebrate the stress-releasing act of scribbling. Today is also commemorated as National Spanish Paella Day on March 27th, considered to be the national dish of Spain. Paella originated as many traditional dishes do as peasant food, a lunchtime rice dish prepared by workers in the field over open fire. It celebrates a food filled with tradition, always cooked in a round, flat bottom pan with handles. The dish most likely takes its name from the Latin term patella, a flat plate on which offerings were made to the gods. The open flame is essential as it creates the layer of toasted rice at the bottom of the pan that is essential and unique to Paella Delicious. Today is also commemorated as Medical Science Liaison Awareness and Appreciation Day in US at national level. Annually, all medical science liaisons from all across the world should be recognized on this special day. Medical science liaisons are medical professionals generally linked with the medical affairs departments of pharmaceutical and technological corporations. The majority of them have an extensive background in science and academic credentials, with the majority holding a doctorate in the biological sciences. Today is also commemorated as National Acoustics Soul Day in US on every March 27. This is a day to recognize the life, achievements, and career of India. Ari, an American singer and songwriter who debuted her successful studio album, Acoustic Soul. Today is also commemorated as Miami Armed Forces Day on March 27th in Man, known locally as Tatmadaw Nabi. It honors the people of Myanmar who rose against the Japanese during World War II. Armed Forces Day in Myanmar memorializes the army resistance to the Japanese occupation of the country in 1945. Every year, the event is observed in the country's capital city, and it is marked by a variety of celebrations, the most notable of which is military parade and displaced by the Myanmar's armed forces. Today is also commemorated as Celebrate Exchange Day on March 27th every year. Marks the anniversary of founding of the first ever local exchange club in 1911 in Detroit, Michigan in the West. This day aims to celebrate over a century's worth of services that the National Exchange Club has tirelessly provided to communicate to communities across the country. The National Exchange Club currently operates throughout the United States and Puerto Rico and has over 18,000 members. The organization functions on its belief in three core values: family, community, and country, and strives to improve community health by attempting to systematically address problems like child abuse. Finally, today is also commemorated as National Viagra Day, which is celebrated on March 27. The same day, the US Food and Drug Administration, FDA, approved its use as oral medication for erectile dysfunction, known as, in short, ED. It was the first non-invasive treatment for male impotence ever developed at the time. ED occurs when a man is unable to achieve an erection, maintain an erection, or ejaculate consistently. In the US, an estimated 30 million men experience this issue, and it can get worse as you age. Certain factors can contribute to it, such as heart conditions and other medications, diabetes, high blood pressure, neurological disorders, and anxiety. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations and celebrations. We thank everyone for joining us in today's celebrations and commemorations. See you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. We request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form that has been shared in the form of polls. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night.